So when I started using Bazel, one of the the most difficult things that I had to do with was how do I get to a point where I understand kind of how the moving bits of it, like what are the basics, and the problem I always had was that it was so you would always get kind of thrown into some of the more complex rule sets, like the Python rule sets or the C rule set or those, which are really good when you have problems of that caliber to solve. But what I always wanted to do was just how do I just convert text files? Like how do I do these really simple things? And I've had a bit of a journey trying to get there. And I've made a couple of videos sharing my journey and sharing what I've learned. But now I have a pretty good example that focuses on the gen rules that I wanted to share. So in this example, what I'm going to do is I've already created this simple workspace here, Bazel workspace. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take the contents of this text file and this text files, and I'm going to combine them into another text file which contains the contents of both of them. And I'm going to do that with the gen rule, so the generic rule. So we're not going to use any tools, any external rules or anything like that. We're just going to make it as simple as possible, and hopefully this is something that that benefits someone. So let's just jump in. So we have a workspace file and we have a build file, and these are just empty. The workspace file, we're not going to add anything into the workspace file, and because we don't need anything, everything that we're going to be doing is already built in. So we're going to start just by writing a gen rule. So I'm writing a gen rule, and open close. So we start by giving it a name. And the name of our gen rule is going to be combined. We can give it whatever name we want, but this is what we're going to call it. We're going to define some input files, and the input files are defined with these with the sources kind of array, and we're going to give it two input files. We start by, and these are file number 1 and file number 2 here. So the double slash here means that we're going to make a label, and this is something that also took a while to figure out with Bazel. We're going to make a path to the file that Bazel understands. So slash, and this type of path is called a label. It's a reference to the file. We start by doing slash, which means that we're starting off from the workspace file. And the first thing that we do is we need to go towards the package that we're working in, the build package. And in this case, this is just at the same location. So we just do slash and build. The package is defined by this build file here. And then we say files, because that's the name of the folder. And then we say file01.txt. So now we have a path that Bazel understands here defined in the sources. So we do the other one as well. We do slash files file02.txt. Okay, so now we made a rule that knows about two files in the workspace. So we also want to define an output here. So we give it we give an outs argument, and we say that our output file is going to be called combined.txt. So basically, this is the crux of it. Like, this is pretty much what all Bazel rules are about. It is about defining a set of inputs. It's about doing something with them, and we're going to do that in the next step. And then it's about returning an output. So we've already defined an output, which is going to be the combined text file here. We've defined two input files that we know about. They are in the workspace. And Bazel, because we reference them in this way, Bazel can watch out and make sure that nothing has changed. And if something has changed, it understands how to kind of invalidate what needs to be invalidated and things like that. So the last thing we do is we run the command, and this is our build command. Our build command is going to be pretty simple. We're going to use the cat command. But here's the trick. Here's the area where I started to get a little bit confused when I was following this example. This example is in one of the documentations. So the cat command, if we were to write this command out, just if we were just doing this in a regular shell, we would do cat, we would do file1.txt, file 2.txt, and we would say we want the output of that to go into combined.txt. So the build command would look something like this if we exclude the folder paths. So we can't do that here because our files are referenced in a Bazel way, like a label. So what we need to do is we need some way of converting this this type of path into a path that the build tool understands. And we do that with a command or a function that's built into Bazel, or maybe it's a function or an expression. It's called location. And we give location, the location function here, the label files/file01.txt. So what this is going to do is this is going to, the location function here is going to take this path and it's going to convert it into a valid path that we can then feed into like a file path, like the actual path on disk that the cat command can then use. If we continue, we do it again. We do open location / files file02.txt. So just making sure that this is all correct. Yep. Okay. Works the same way. We do the output, and again we do location, and now I'm not gonna make a line break. Location. So yeah. So here we can just say combined, and better spell this correctly, .txt. So now we've made this in a way that Bazel understands. We take the location of the first file and location of the second file here, and we output it with this command here into location, into the combined. So this is going to behind the scenes get transformed into something like this. So let's see if we made this correctly. So I'm in this folder here. So I can use Basilisk. This is the yeah, don't call Bazel directly. Basilisk is a utility tool that we use to yeah, make versioning of Bazel easier. Basilisk build, because we're going to build this, and the build action that we've created is called combined. I can call it like this, combine, but the more correct way is referencing it like this. I think it's more correct. Combine, like so, because this is going to say I want to run the build command combined, and the build command here is under the root, the workspace root, and it's in this package, and this is the combined command there. If we had multiple packages, this would make more sense. So let's run this and see what happens. Okay, cool. So it's giving us an error saying the command attribute, where did we make a mistake? So I'm just gonna quickly find it. Okay, so I don't know why I was complaining about this, but it's actually a decent kind of teaching moment. It's so we are just calling CMD, just command, which means that it's going to use the default kind of shell on the platform. So what it was complaining about was that it doesn't know which command kind of terminal to use. So we can just tell it, instead of using CMD, we can just tell it use cmd_bash, and then it's going to use that. You can use PowerShell or Windows. You can use the batch on Windows, but we're going to use bash because I know the cat command works there. So instead of using command, this is something that you can do. And interestingly enough, you can also make some more intricate kind of, if you want to do building on cross platforms, you can make different kind of general based on the different platforms. So now we go here again and we write our command again. We do basilisk build / semicolon or colon combine, and we press build, and now it's going to do executing the general combined. It takes a few seconds because it's the initialization of the of Bazel, and then we get a message here saying that this has completed. So it tells us that it's created a file called combined under Bazel bin. So we go here under Bazel out, check our platform here and bin. I think we can also do it here. Yep. So we also have a new symlink here called Bazel bin, and here we can see our build artifact. This is text from file 1 and this is text from file 2. So if we run this again, this happens instantly, because this is one of the cool things about Bazel. It's going to know that because we defined these sources here, the file 1 and file 2, nothing changed inside of them. So there's no need to run this again. So because if the inputs don't change and the tools don't change, then the output is not going to change. And this is how you can get stuff to scale pretty wildly. So if we just change this a little bit and we say this is from file 1 and this, and here is more content. If we save this and we build it again, it's going to figure out that this file has changed. It's going to run the build action again. It has more stuff cached, so it's actually quicker than the first time. So now we can take a look and we can see that in our output file, we have the contents of our two files. So this was a quick example that just goes into how to set up the most simple build rule that I could think of. Uses none of the cool tools that you can then evolve to it, and it gives you a little bit of an insight into how things kind of work together. So yeah, if there's any other tutorials on Bazel or game development or anything like that, feel free to let me know in the comments. And if you like this content, subscribe to the channel. And yeah, thank you.